What does this have to do with magic? Everything. The number one stumble block of manifesting your magic is fear. And if you look at all fear, everything that you're afraid of around you, it's just a reflection of one ultimate fear that you've been avoiding, and that's death. Don't be afraid of your death. It's not death. When the carbon molecules dissolve back into hydrogen and helium and oxygen, they realize that they weren't the carbon molecule in the first place. They begin to wake up to what they really are. Someday the universe is going to return, be drawn back by the gravitational forces into one singularity again. It's going to become one infinite point, one infinite thing with no separation. At that point, the universe is going to remember again what it really is. The continuum of the universe is just a cycle of remembering what you are, forgetting what you are, remembering what you are, forgetting what you are. It's the very breath of God. Each universe that emerges is the heartbeat and breath of God. Stare death in the face and remember what you are. Remember, this used to be live green. This wood's rotting. If I rub it together like this, it's going to just come right apart. And if I come back in another 2 weeks, I'm just going to find one thing: dirt. Just changed shape. Did it really die? No. But yet you call this death. I call it birth. I call it transformation. I call it a returning to an understanding of what you really are. In order to manifest your magic, you cannot be afraid of death. There is no mystic that fears death. And the reason why the mystics do not fear death is because every day of their lives, they stare death in the face. And when it comes time for you to die, you'll already realize you died 100 times over. You won't be afraid. And you'll be able to change shape, vibration, go into the astral world, to realize you weren't the carbon molecule, you were the oxygen, the hydrogen, everything that made up the carbon molecule. And in that state, you'll be able to flow more freely. You're in a higher state. Different body. Same damn thing. But when you're in that state, you still might forget. You see, the oxygen molecules forget. At one time, those oxygen molecules, well, at one time they were helium. Before that, they were hydrogen. Before they were hydrogen, they were just pure energy from the Big Bang. When you find yourself in the astral world, which you will someday, don't become attached to your astral body. Remember that you were attached to your physical body, you lost it, and yet you became something greater, something much freer. Remember that when you're in the astral state, because you don't want to become attached to that body either. A lot of people stay in the astral world after they leave the physical world because they're attached to that world just as they were to the physical. There are other planes of manifestation, infinite planes of manifestation above the astral. See your astral body separating into pure energy. See it going free and dissolving away, yet you're still aware of having a self. Except that self now is freer and encompasses much more. You find yourself in the mental plane, the plane of pure thought. And that's a nice state to be in. Except for, it's even possible to get attached to that plane and think that's what you are. There are uncountable beings within the space-time continuum that are stuck in the physical plane, stuck in the astral plane, stuck in the mental plane, until they wake up and realize there's something higher. When you wake up from the mental plane, you'll find out that there's a primal source even above that. It's above thought. It's a unified essence. Some people, like yogis, experience that essence during yoga. They call it samadhi. It's a state of realizing the oneness you have with the universe. In fact, in the state of samadhi, you become the universe. You're aware of every little thing within the universe, every plane, because you've merged yourself up into the highest state of consciousness within the universe. And there are many, many beings who are aware and in the state of samadhi. They live there. They live in that awareness of oneness. Yet, they're also attached to it. And they never find out until they relinquish that attachment what lies beyond the universe. The Buddhists say what lies beyond the universe is nothingness. But that's a good thing. Because remember, within the nothing comes everything. The nothingness is what you are. And that also means what you are is everything. There are states of consciousness beyond the continuum of the universe. Do they exist within some kind of a space, within some kind of a time? No, they don't. But that's a good thing. Because remember, within the nothing comes everything. The nothingness is what you are. And that also means what you are is everything. There are states of consciousness beyond the continuum of the universe. Do they exist within some kind of a space, within some kind of a time? No, they don't. They don't exist within space and time. Yet the universe exists within it, the void. The void has no space, no time. That's why it's unimaginable. You can't even think about it, because every thought we have is in the shape of a form or a time or space. The nothingness is a pure state of being. It's being without thought, without ideas. It's consciousness at its purest form. That's what you are. You're never going to realize your ultimate state unless you realize you're much more than wherever you find yourself at. When you're in the physical, don't get attached to the physical. Enjoy it. It's wonderful. Experience it. But never get lost in it to the point where you think that's what you are. When you die and you cross over and you find yourself in a body of light, in a point of consciousness, able to take any form it wants, yet exists in an awareness state of what it is, a higher state, more fluid. Enjoy it. The astral world is a wonderful place. It's a place of being able to manifest things. Anything. Yet, don't get attached to it. Don't be afraid of leaving it and going on. Going on to the mental state, going on to the superconscious. And as the Kabbalists say, the ultimate primal state of the universe, they call it Kether. It's the pinnacle of the triangle. Right now, you are on the base of the triangle. You've forgotten the whole entire triangle. Go up to the very pinnacle of it. They call it Kether, the primal thought. And when you reach that point, don't stay there. Penetrate it. Return to the nothingness. Don't be afraid of nothingness, because in the nothingness, you'll find everything. You'll find the universe that you exist in, and then you'll find out what exists beyond the universe. You'll find the void filled with everything. Utter peace. The utter peace of what you were before the universe. Your true self. You know, the void creates the universe because the void doesn't know what it is. It knows it exists, but there's nothing outside of it. It's all that is. But all that is doesn't know what it means to exist, because there's no duality and nothing for which it can compare itself to. So the void creates the continuum. And within the continuum, all the parts of the void can manifest as different things, like you and me, the trees, the air, the grass, the animals, the dirt, all the same thing. And now the void can experience and learn what it means to exist. But while you're learning and creating and experiencing what it means to exist, don't forget that state, the void, the pure state of consciousness that doesn't know what it means to exist, because it's endless. Remember that you're part of the process. You're part of the process of the void experiencing what it means to exist. The void doesn't have a name. What it calls itself is just, I am. I am what I am. I am that I am. That's what it told Moses. Moses asked what the name of the void, or the highest pinnacle of consciousness is, and it said, I am that I am. That's all I am. I don't know what I am. I am. That's the void. And that's what you really are. Think about death every day, stare it in the face, and you'll remember who you are. That's my message today. That's something you need to practice every damn day of your life, so you'll never be afraid of death, no matter what plane of existence you find yourself at.